Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Beliron and Yeti show. I'm Beliron.
And I'm Yeti.
We are here today to talk to you about different topics in gaming. I'm a PC gamer, and
And I'm a console gamer. I thought you were
yeah,
going to
I
introduce me
know
as
I
well.
should have. I was like, should I introduce him or should I just let him introduce himself? It just seemed kind of weird me taking, leading like that. I don't know. But anyway, we're here to talk to you about certain things for about 20 minutes today. So, yeah. Tell him a little bit about yourself, Yeti.
Oh, well, I I am mostly an Xbox player. I've been playing since I was, well, one of my first memories is playing video games, so I can't really tell you how long ago it was. I'm currently playing Evil Within right now, and it scares me sometimes, but other than that, it's pretty fun.
Awesome, man.
Um,
Awesome. What is that? Is it a single player game, Evil Within? I haven't heard of
yeah,
that.
oh, you haven't heard it? It's a horror RPG, horror
Really?
survival RPG. Yeah,
Ah.
and yeah, you're a detective that gets sent to an insane asylum,
Ooh.
and a bunch of horrible stuff starts happening to you.
Nice. That's always a good premise for any kind of game or movie.
Yeah, yeah, and they prefer to it forces you into like a more sneak and kill kind of game instead of a upfront blast everybody you can.
Nice. Nice. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got, let's see, I think four topics we're going to talk about today. First is Kerbal Space Center. It's leaving early access. I remember when that game was a wee little lad, and now it's all grown up. I mean, I think it's just, amazing what they've done with
I
it.
know. Their no, their development team had a certain amount of goals set out for when they first started making that game, and they finally reached it. So it's always a big part or a big moment for anybody that's making a game.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the way they've done it along the way, like they've listened to the community and integrated mods into the game as itself, and I think that's really
They've
great that
they've
they.
even hired programmers that made mods for the early part of the game
Yeah, yeah.
to as full on programmers for the game.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's just like the whole story is cool because like they were an advertising firm, I guess, before they started doing Kerbal, and their 3D modeler was like, "Look, I'm gonna go off and make this game," and they're like, "No, no, we need you. Just stay, and we'll help you make the game." And they did, and it's amazing just how much is blown up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the one developer. It's crazy. I remember listening to him on a WoW radio show he used to do on this
Oh,
place called
really?
WoW Radio, Max Maps. It's just so funny because I remember seeing the name in Kerbal Developer, and then I'm like, holy crap, that's the same dude that used to be sitting around talking on WoW Radio about WoW. It's just so
Yeah.
funny. But yeah, it's amazing. I think it's a really good way that they've done the early access thing, whereas a lot of other games have just kind of taken people's money and ran.
Oh, exactly. Like like what Ubisoft did with Unity.
What was that? I didn't even heard of
Well,
that.
they were. Oh, you haven't heard that either.
No.
Unity. When Ubisoft released Unity, it was like a quarter done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Assassin's Creed Unity, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity. Sorry, I should have said Assassin's Creed beforehand. Yeah, it was like a quarter done, and they're
Oh,
like,
wow.
we're just gonna keep fixing it with patches. But this has become the thing that everybody does now.
It's true.
Is that the producers get wind of everybody pre-ordering, and they get all the numbers from pre-orders, and they go, oh, okay, well, we've made enough already to release the game, and the game's not
Yeah.
done yet.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about it. There's a big movement on Reddit I've seen of do not pre-order anything anymore. You know,
Oh yeah,
because it's just it's giving people money for work they haven't done yet, and
exactly.
it is hurting the game industry. Because especially now, like when you have things like, have you heard of H1Z1?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that is. It's released by Sony, right? It's made by SOE, so it's made by a major development studio, but they're releasing it under the early access program, which I kind of think is kind of shit because why is a major development studio releasing something? I understand people know what they're getting, but it's like that.
yeah.
I feel like this should be for indie developers. It shouldn't be for major developers who are just trying to rake in money while they're developing. So if it falls flat on its face before they're done, they still at least made some money. It's just kind of It's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, no,
It,
I had big expectations for that game when I first heard about it. They had one of the developers talking about all the dynamics of that game, and I was really excited for it because I mean that's horror survival RPG. That's my favorite thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It
So
was something like Daisy should have been. I thought.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
Daisy was pretty good.
yeah. Well, yeah. It was fun. It was great.
Yeah.
I loved walking for 4 hours, finding nothing to be shot by a 12-year-old.
Or getting healed up and then having to steal all your
Oh,
weapons.
well, the thing that was the best is the people who come up to you, heal you with a bandage, and just shoot you in the head. It's like you just wasted your own bandage, man.
Yeah, but they got experience.
Well, I mean, hey. Oh, I guess that's true, huh? Both
Yeah,
ways, do you get experience for killing people in Daisy?
pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, I haven't played much of it, but yeah, I guess that would be beneficial, medical XP and, uh,
You
you
probably get
know,
some sort of like
yeah,
weapon XP.
right. But yeah, like I said, just developers, big game developers using early access is just not good. Like, look at Battlefield 4. I mean, that has pretty much never been fixed in terms of bugs and things like
No,
that. And
well,
yeah,
that's the mighty overlord of EA that's done that. And they
yeah,
don't care about anything.
that's
People
true.
people can be online and they can piss and moan all they want, and EA will not do anything about it.
It's true, but at least they delayed Hardline because it was bad. That's one thing I gotta say.
It must be pretty bad for them to be like, oh wait, hang on, we can't.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of delays, how about GTA 5 being delayed only 5 days before release of launch on PC? Like, do you think that's just like they're actually like it's been a year and a half about since GTA 5 came out for Xbox? It's
Yeah,
been out since November or something on PS4 and Xbox 360.
yeah.
So it's like, I mean, Xbox One. So it's like, is it actually quality control, or is it just trying to get people to buy the console versions? I don't.
I think it's quality control because I've been playing that game since it came out for the 360, and it was a done game, but as it progressed, or as they've been adding to it and updating it, it's become an even better game than when I started. So them postponing it for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 for the next gen to make it so that now you can even do first person and run around and
That was
shoot
cool.
everybody up. So and then after they did that, and they were like, well, they were still working on the PC, so they were like, we're gonna release this as we're gonna release this as the finished product for the PC, and then they're gonna keep adding to it, especially after everybody starts modding it.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm most excited for. Really, is the mods. That
Yeah,
is like,
well,
yeah,
it's gonna it's gonna it's gonna be mayhem.
yeah. It's gonna be. Well, the thing, yeah, it's gonna. I just, it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be interesting to see how they deal with the mods online. Like, are they gonna allow you to do like graphics mods? To improve like, because have you
Graphics mods will be
seen?
up there.
Yeah, have you seen like the graphics mods for GTA 4 on PC?
Yeah,
It's just insane
yeah,
how good it looks.
yeah. They look great.
And just like how much better GTA 5 looks on a baseline, it's going to be crazy to see what modders can do. So,
Well, I read that GTA 5 when it comes out for PC is gonna be have 4K resolution.
ooh, that would be pretty sick. That would be pretty sick. But have you
And
played it
then
on Xbox or PS4?
I haven't played it on the one yet.
Okay. I played it on a
I've only played it on the
PS4,
360.
and you know what's really cool they did is they you know how the PS4 controller has a light on the back of it, and like I don't know if the Xbox One controller has a speaker in it, but PS4 has a speaker controller has a speaker in it.
Oh
Um,
wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, it does, and it has a light on the back of it, right? Like like the light to tell you what like controller version number you're
Yeah,
on, right? But
yeah,
the way they've done this is that when you are each different character, like how Franklin's green and like Trevor's orange or something like that,
yeah.
like when you zoom down, that light changes to that color of that character. And when
Oh
you're being
really?
chased by the police, right, it flashes blue and red like a
Blue and
police
red.
siren. And you
Oh nice.
and the dispatcher for taxis, your cell phone, and the police all go through the speaker. So you're sitting there and you hear it right next to you, like pursuing the suspect. right through your controller. So it's really
Amazing.
crazy. Yeah, it is really amazing. It was really like it's really cool the way they used that. Like the way they took
Yeah,
that input and they were able to, you
it's
know.
so simple.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot to be playing games. This is entertaining. I guess I'll just have to edit some stuff for YouTube in here. Pictures. Right now, this is just a
Pictures.
radio show, folks. Sorry. I'll make a graphic for next week. Um, but speaking of last week, there was 3 major CS:GO teams banned for cheating. With that's pretty crazy. I mean, these are like teams that are sponsored by like iBuyPower.com. That really big PC maker.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty big name to be banned for cheating. But the thing I'm kind of wondering is like there's a month or two ago there's a thing called DreamHack in Sweden. That was a major
Yeah.
CS:GO tournament, and they were having massive problems with map exploits. They had to replay 2 or 3 matches. A team forfeited because like they just got so much heat for using map exploits over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, is
That's
this
probably all their strategies.
well? Like the thing that I'm wondering is, well, is this a secret world like performance enhancing drugs in sports? Does every professional gamer cheat? And it's just kind of like
That's
a thing that once they get, it's like, is it worth it to make? I mean, it might be worth it to make millions of dollars quickly before you get caught. I don't know.
well, there's been cheating in professional gaming since forever. Like,
That's true.
since they've had professional gaming. I mean, there was a big problem with it back in 2001, where I think it was for Counter Strike, and everyone was cheating then too. But with the hacks they're using now, you can't tell that they're using them. Like you can't see them, and it goes through their Steam Workshop. So
Yeah.
the only way that you can actually catch them is if you see them loaded up.
Well, that's why actually, if you think that's crazy, at this DreamHack, they banned everything. Players, have apparently you can load a hack on a mouse memory
Yeah.
and plug it into a computer and then upload your hack that way. So they had to like have no third-party mice, nothing plugging into those computers from other players because it was because
No, it was.
it was very
No, go on.
speaking, but I mean, there is a little way to tell because people were watching the streams. I saw on Reddit, and they were like highlighting it, and it's like you can kind of tell when the guy's like exactly following the head as he walks around the corner before he even sees the guy.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's just sometimes those are a little obvious, and those guys did get
That's-
banned. So
That's an old one though.
yeah, well, it's crazy. They're still were using it in 2014. So
If it works, it works.
I guess they made enough. They probably made more money than they probably made a shitload of money in that time when they were playing, so I think it was probably
Well,
worth it.
I got a bunch of people to yell at me.
Yeah, it's like yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing is like if you do 6 months and win like $100,000, I think it might be worth it. Go off
Yeah.
and start another life as doing something else. Because I mean you
Or you can
can't.
make the hack and sell it to them.
Well, that's actually how this all came out. Is some guy ended up turning his back on the hack who was making the hacks and selling them to the teams. Just decided one day to be like, "Hey, Valve, check out all these hacks I've made for these teams." Yeah, it was kind
Valve-
of yeah. So that was like, whoa.
Valve actually there was a guy that hacked into their system,
Ooh.
and yeah, this is a while back in like 2000 or something, and they called him in and offered him a job
That seems like what they would
to
do.
work for them, and they turned him in.
Oh, they just turned him into the police.
Yeah.
That's great. He was like,
They had
yeah,
to-
man. Oh man. He's like,
had to
I'm gonna
show
get
up
a
for the
job.
interview.
Oh man, that is just that's great. Because there's these one people. They're called like Lizard Squad. I don't know if you've heard of them. They there's these group of teenagers who bought some DDoS scripts, and so they are but there's the news calls them hackers. They're the ones who brought the Xbox servers down on Christmas
really?
Day. How everything was
Yeah,
down on
yeah.
Christmas Day. Yeah, that was them.
No, I remember that.
Yeah, and
I was actually quite upset.
yeah, well, they've won then, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one thing I was like, was reading that. I'm like, I'm so glad I'm in Arizona and not having to have no computer stuff that I'm having to deal with. Except for
Yeah.
we were like, oh, let's watch something on Netflix, and then we tried to get on my cousin's PS4, and it's like, nope. So thankfully, Apple TV exists though. So
Yeah. Well,
um,
I mean, PS4 being down or getting hacked into isn't surprising. That's happened a few times.
yeah, well, it's not a hack; it's a DDoS. I mean, you
Yeah.
you
I mean,
pay some Russian man to send some packets at a server. You don't hack anything. You literally it's really just a pay. Like it's like those cheaters in CS:GO. It's not actually a hack. They don't actually know anything about hacking. They just bought it from someone who does, and then they
yeah, I
use
know what
it
you
to
mean.
yeah. But apparently some of them got their information turned in. So hopefully they'll be arrested soon. We can only hope. I would like to see some pasty 14-year-old taken away in handcuffs.
That's always fun. Oh man, that guy. Speaking of pasty kissing and taking away, that guy on Twitch.
Which one?
He was playing and then all of a sudden SWAT team
yeah,
in the back.
someone swatted him. That's the thing. That's
Yeah.
why it's like I want to build a black room to stream in so no one can know where I'm at or anything. Well, actually, if you look at the stream now, I'm already streaming here as this black room. It's completely
Oh,
dark, as you can see, viewers.
yeah.
It's actually just because I'm not playing anything. But speaking of Twitch streamers, how do you have you heard of the guy who's on South Park PewDiePie or whatever? I don't really follow
Oh,
Twitch.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, I don't really follow like I know I'm now a Twitch streamer, so I should probably follow this community more, but I really don't follow it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know who
he
PewDiePie is.
yeah he like some games are now using his quotes as like how like they used to be like this is a great game IGN, right?
Oh,
Well, it's
really?
now
Using
like
him as he's
that's
a critic?
like yeah. Well, it's like he's saying this game is fucking awesome, PewDiePie, right?
Nice.
And it's like some people are kind of up and some people are like, oh my god, it's the death of game journalism. But it's like game journalism is pretty in a shitty state right now as it is. So it's like, and
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
like honestly, I like to trust people who rather than just like I don't know, seeing a person's
yeah,
name
no,
on the box is much better than seeing IGN. I think.
yeah. I mean, 'cause you know you can see him play it.
Right.
If anything, you see him play. You know he plays. You know he's got some sort of backing to be able to tell you, oh, this game or this game or this game.
And you can watch, so it's not. Well, I mean, they could, he could lie to you and take things out and not play certain things on the stream that he knows are broken parts of the game. But
Yeah.
I think it's good that you can watch him play. Whereas a reviewer, you just are having this article, that you read the text of. You can actually go on YouTube.
This guy.
Right, you can go on YouTube and check out PewDiePie, have you heard of Total Biscuit? He's like basically the PC, he's a major PC streamer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. He's a very intelligent British guy. He was the owner of that WoW Radio thing I was telling you about that Max Maps was on from
Oh,
Kerbal.
wow.
Yeah, he was the owner of it. And now he's just he's huge. And I think one of the number one YouTube people. It's pretty crazy, and he's very very critical of games, and it's very funny because like his reviews would be like, it doesn't have a slider to change your field of view, but otherwise it's quite good. It's like little details like that a game guy journalist would never even bother covering.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing. Like when you play these walkthroughs, these guys kind of go through every little facet of the game, and it's very. It's sometimes a little disappointing. Like I bought this game called Car Mechanic Simulator. After, yeah, I know it sounds exciting, right?
I was actually not going to say the opposite.
Yeah, I know.
I heard you were playing simulators. I didn't know it was that bad.
Well, yeah, Farm Sim is another great one. But
Yeah,
I was
I
playing
heard that.
Car Mechanic Sim after watching this guy stream it, right? And the problem was though is that I'm like, shit, I know how to do all these missions now, like really easy because I just watched this guy. Like I was like, wow, this game looks pretty cool and everything, and then like, oh shit, now I know what to do too much now.
You've lost the puzzle aspect.
Right, yeah. So I'm going to try not to do that until I've played the game. But I don't know, man. The
Like
Sims are
having to do
fun.
Portal twice.
Yeah, exactly. Or playing Portal right as you watch the guy do the level you're doing in front of you. It's just kind of like, wait a minute. This isn't what gaming's about. As I sit here and tell people that as I'm trying to promote my Twitch stream. Oh,
You want to
man.
promote your Twitch
Yeah,
stream
yeah.
with a black screen?
Yes. Yes, this is really what I consider dropping the ball. I really dropped the ball on this one. There's no acceptable reason there should be a black screen on my screen right now. But there is, and
It's so
wow.
much of that broadcasting school.
Well,
You're so focused on not having dead air, you have dead.
dead video, I know.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I know. You think the filmmaker in me would know about the visuals, but
Yeah, I thought you'd be better at this.
well, it is only the first episode, and I feel like that is a great spot to end it. Summarizing the first episode. Thank you to everyone who's watching this on Twitch or YouTube after we post it.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're going to be doing this every week. We might. We might not be here at this time. But we might. And it might be pre-recorded.
Like
Who knows? Yeah.
it's like a really bad BD you don't want to see again.
I consider it Schrodinger's radio show. We might be here. We might not be here. You don't know until you visit our stream. So visit our stream at twitch.tv/Beliron. Check us out on YouTube at Beliron Games. And Twitter at the same thing at Beliron Games. I am Beliron.
And I'm Yeti.
And this has been the Beliron and Yeti Show.
Bye.